Hello, my name is Kevin Buckley and I'm a veteran retoucher. And in this retouching tutorial series, How Photoshop Jobs Really Work, we've got world-renowned photographer Kuhl joining us. Now, if you've missed a couple episodes, we've gone over why hire a retoucher as a professional photographer and image selection, and then a couple of the photos that we've already retouched. In this particular episode, we're going to be going over how to do some image extensions, how to really take advantage of background elements and foreground elements to really layer up your photo and add dimension to it. Okay, let's go.
All right, so moving on to the next one. So once I did it with that one and said, all right, well, this blue hour could work, I decided to do it again for the next one. And so I think we mentioned earlier, but if we didn't, the narrative was, you're starting off in the morning, you're going to go up to the vineyards for the day, or you maybe go to the coast after the vineyards. And so it's nice blue hour, but then as time goes on, the blue hour, of course, is going to go away and you're going to get into early morning. And so it's going to get a little warmer. But what I wanted to do through the series of images is kind of keep them all on the same palette. So even though these are later day, the straight on version at the end, it's still very cool to try to keep them in the same palette. Okay. So moving on to the next one. Okay, so we got the final here. We've got a little crop bar here. This is full frame. I put the crop bar on because it's nice to have some of that foreground element of the vineyard there, but too much I don't think is very good. I think it takes your eye too much off the car. It's pretty subtle. Either way, I'd be fine with. But if we go ahead and take everything off and we get down to the base, we can go ahead and see where this started. Okay.
Wow.
So that's where this one started. Again, it was part of the same day shot series. In fact, it's right up the road. And so this is kind of where we're going. So I did do the same thing. I used Capture One to bring in that blue hour, because I did like that a little bit better. And then you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. The 4 next shots are just building out this frame, because as you can see, there was another car in the front. And we talked about doing maybe a pack shot, but the cars were just too close and you might have some nodal issues. Yeah. So, and the composition didn't really work. So I just kept adding them in and getting rid of the car with the next run until it was out of frame.
Perfect.
Yeah. And then just the little fixes here and there, put it a little at the bottom. And so we're close right there. And I changed the vineyard rows. It's just I don't know, that was kind of a subjective thing. I just like these better. I think they're both fine.
Yeah, you can see this. It says vineyard a little bit better than the other one does.
Yeah,
and honestly, those trees.
Yeah,
great.
I just found these trees. One of the things you want to do, is of course shoot your elements when you're out there, because you never know if you can use them or not. And so those trees were off in the distance, nice and foggy. And I said, "Oh God, I want those trees. I want to get them in there."
Happy little tree.
Yeah, a little Bob Ross moment right there. So there's the daytime version of it. They're misty. It's overcast, and so I just kind of blued them up there to get them in there, and then I put some distant hills in there. Because I kind of wanted to, to build a little more depth in it, and then I went back to the car. So the car was getting a little, dark, a little too blue. So kind of brought some red back in, added some contrast, lightened it up. Whoops. There we go. One of the things that was problematic was this shape here. So right here, as you can see, the seams didn't quite line up right. So this is a different color than this. And so you want to make sure those seams line up right. And the way to do that is just to kind of make the color cross over the whole way. I did add a little bit more warmth over here because the sun is coming up behind us. Okay, so as we're standing there, the sun's coming up. So I do want some warmth, and I kind of wanted to add some kind of warmth red back to the car because I didn't want to go too magenta. That's something that they're not going to like if you get too off their selling point of their car. You can see that wonderful shamrock really well, like that. And let's go on. So coming back out, and not much work on the car. The car looked great. I wanted to add a foreground element just for a little more depth.
That helps so much.
Yeah. And I kind of threw it over the road a little bit, and then I think I added just a little bit more Kuhl right at the end, just so it would match a little bit better with the other one. And I think I have a blue curve that I was trying to use to get it to the blue hour. And you can see on this layer, this is what it ended up looking like. And that's why when it's something shift for temperature so much, I do use Capture One because I just couldn't get it in Photoshop.
Okay, if you enjoyed the video thus far, please hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell. That way you'll be notified when the next video comes out in the series. I hope you really enjoyed this one. This one is one of my particular favorites, where we show you about the background elements, the foreground elements, and how you can take extra images in a shoot and use them to extend the frame to make this nice long composition. In the next episode, we're gonna be going over the next image in the series. We've got 2 more to go. Thank you for joining us. Again, my name is Kevin. Keep making images.